Hi guys! Today I've had a lot of people requesting a foundation routine, so, oh hi! Oh hi girl! Who wants to meet my little puppy? This is my little ladybug. Oh thank you baby, oh thank you for the kisses. Just gotta get a little snuggles from my girl. Oh thank you. Okay, that's enough. Do you wanna say hi? Say hi everybody! She's like, Mom, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, get down. Go get Dad. Go. Okay. Sorry. Continue. So I've had a lot of people asking me about a foundation routine, how to choose your right shade of foundation, what types of foundations you should use for different skin types. So I thought I would address that in today's video, which is a basic, like my everyday foundation routine, and then tips for choosing different foundations based on your skin type. So I'm actually gonna start by priming my skin with a little bit. I just recently got the Smashbox Photo Finish Priming Water. I'm really excited to try this because I'm so dry and dehydrated because I fly all the time and I'm always traveling, that I was really wanting a primer, and I was using one that I loved during the summer, but then it just got to be where, since the climate and the weather is changing, I needed to change my primer. So I'm just gonna start by priming my skin. With a little bit. Oh, that feels so good and refreshing and ultra hydrating. I love it. I'm excited. I hope it wears really well. So I'm just gonna let that kind of dry off, and I am gonna use today a little bit of, it's actually another Smashbox product, the Camera Ready BB Water broad spectrum of an SPF of 30. And sunscreen is really important to me. I actually just got done filming my skincare routine, so I'll link that for you guys below. Actually, it'll be like in this little box right here. If you wanna watch that, just click right there. So anyways, I am gonna use a little bit of this priming water all over, or this water foundation. And I am just gonna use like a couple drops. It comes in like a cool little dropper bottle, so I'm just gonna go in with my foundation brush that I've been loving lately from Bobbi Brown. And you know what I just realized is that my mirror for doing my makeup is right there behind me. So right now I'm just using my camera monitor as a mirror. So we'll just finish our foundation, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get that mirror for me. Just gonna give a little bit all over the skin. I really like to foundation wardrobe, and what that means, it's like I really like to layer my foundations. So like for this one, it's more hydrating and it gives me an SPF, so I can just lightly even out my skin by using a little bit of that all over. I'm gonna grab my mirror so I can see what's going on. So lower this guy a little bit, sorry. Oh, the joys of filming. There we go. Okay. So when you are going to choose foundation, you want to make sure that you find a shade as close to your natural skin tone as possible. Some people like to go a little bit darker, like if you have a lot more color in your body, then I would say if you're choosing between two shades, one is lighter than the skin and one is slightly darker than the skin, I personally would say go with the darker one, as long as it doesn't look yellow or too orange, just because if you go lighter, then a lot of times you can look really washed out and like you don't feel very well, but more warmth to the skin, in my opinion, looks healthier. So if you're trying to decide between two shades that are both gonna still look good, I would always say choose the slightly warmer option. And for more of a dry skin, you wanna use something that's gonna be hydrating so that you don't see the texture on the skin. And if you're more oily, you obviously want to use something that is oil-free, or at least oil controlling or oil absorbing. Some people that are really oily are like, oh, I have to have everything oil-free, when in reality, you still need, and you still can have a little bit of oils in your foundation so that there's a good glide to the skin. So if you're oily, don't feel like you have to use everything oil-free, because oil actually breaks down oil. So I feel like that's a misconception. So that's just like my opinion. So for me today, I am gonna layer a little bit of the stick. Oh, you guys, It's almost gone. I'm gonna have to go get another one of these. I seriously love this product so much, and you can tell because I'm almost done with it. So I evened out my skin, and I really like this coverage. I'm actually going out, I'm having like date day with my husband today, so I do want to have a little bit of a fuller coverage, and then we're meeting our friend for dinner tonight, so I need this to last all day. And since I've never worn the BB water just by itself, I'm gonna put just a little bit more foundation just in the areas that I need a little bit more coverage, or that I like a little bit more coverage. So I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna blend it out with my beauty blender. I can't say enough good things about this, you guys. I love this beauty blender. And for somebody like me that's more dry, it just helps the skin look more hydrated and pretty. So that would be like my foundation routine. I am gonna go through concealer and setting powder. So if you're super dark underneath your eyes, and some of us have worse darkness than others, I am not super dark, but I do have a little bit of almost like a bluey green discoloration just right through here. So I use a corrector. I've talked a little bit about these in my videos, but the reason why you would use a corrector before a concealer, especially for the people that are really dark, is that it's actually gonna cut and counteract the darkness first. It's like if you were painting, like look at the difference, you guys. Like see how I look so much more lifted? I'm obviously gonna blend it out, but that corrector just cuts and neutralizes that darkness so that when I do my concealer, it'll just totally lift and brighten even more. Whereas if I just do my concealer, it doesn't always cut that level of depth through here. And like I said, some people are worse than others. So I'm just gonna even out and do the other side. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the concealer. There's so many different kinds of concealer, you guys, and I switch mine up sometimes from day to day. Currently, the one I am using is just the regular concealer kit from Bobbi Brown because it has a setting powder in it, which I love for setting the under eye. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of the concealer, and I like to go a little bit further down onto my cheek so that it's like my natural highlight too, so that my complexion feels really lifted and bright. So for me, I just kind of go down and out in a motion like that. Okay, so now that I've done my foundation and my concealer, I'm going to set with a little bit of the powder. And you don't want to use a lot of powder under your eye, you guys, because again, for me being dry, I don't want to look like I have a lot of lines. So I'm actually going to go against the grain of how your under eyes would crease. Oh, and just a little public service announcement. Don't ever put on your concealer with a magnifying mirror, okay? Because it's gonna look like you have a ton of product on, even though when you get into a real life mirror or when people see you, you're not gonna have anything on. You're gonna see the texture and you're gonna just keep pressing it out because you feel like it looks heavy. Never do your concealer in a magnifying mirror, okay? Just had to get that like out of the way. So, setting your under eye. If you go and you set against the grain of how it naturally creases, then it kind of helps to prevent creasing throughout the day. So it's just a little fun trick. Start first going in. Of course, you can go this way after, but just start by going against the grain, and then you can go with the grain. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of powder. I didn't grab my brush though. For my skin, oh, that's a blush brush. I'm just gonna set with a little bit of powder. I'm just using the Sunny Beige Loose Sheer Finish powder because it's just really light. It'll help me set my makeup, but it's not going to look dry or powdery. And with that, I just kind of roll my setting powder onto my skin. And that, my darlings, is my everyday flawless foundation routine. So hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and comment below and let me know what you guys would like to see next. I'd also love to know what all of your current favorite foundations are and what your favorite concealers are. I'm always looking for the best, most amazing foundation. So leave your favorites below so that I can try them out. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe.